we're going to a super special Caveman's Corner today from the Fan Doozy Studios in Buffalo, New York, with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Dens. All right, I got all kinds of technical stuff going on here. I don't got Ray. He's supposed to be here. He decided to take a vacation day after we took off Sunday. We were going to do this so we could go live. We're going to try and do something super fancy and go live on my phone while I'm talking to Mr. Rich Mitchell on Facebook Live. So this could get a little staticky and backwards. If it does, I'll erase all this and pretend I was smart. And if it doesn't work, we're all fucked. All right, here we go. All right, I'm back, and I got Rich Mitchell. What's going on, Rich?
Oh, man, just buttoning up all the last minute details for the show.
All right. So the Ground Force Fight show is going to be this Saturday. It's in Batavia. What's the address?
8250 Park Road, Batavia, New York, 14020.
All right.
Quality Inn and Suites.
The Quality Inn and Suites is really easy to find. It's pretty much right off the thruway. There's no problems getting in, no problems parking. At least I didn't have any last time, so it worked out really good. What fights are you looking forward to this week? You actually have a kickboxing fight starting everything off. Can you talk about that? How'd you get that going on?
You know, Derek Green there from West New York MMA contacted me, asking me if I'd put on a kickboxing match. I decided, yeah, why not? Let's put one on. Give the fans a little bit of a glimpse of everything. Last time we did grappling, this time kickboxing. Who knows next time? We'll see. Maybe we'll do both. But so we did that, and we found Marcus Yaquarn to fight, and I'm looking forward to that. I think the crowd will get into the kickboxing.
Yeah, the crowd really loves the kickboxing. They like to see people punch and kick each other. Sometimes they're not really into the dry humping. It just really depends on the fan, especially when you get two guys that are kind of boring fighters. But sometimes that's what other people want to see, some dry humping, especially if you got girls fighting.
Well, everybody wants that knockout. Everybody wants to see that standing knockout. So with kickboxing, there's going to be no laying on your opponent.
Do you have any problem getting kickboxing and MMA together on the same show? Or can you use the same?
No problems at all.
That's awesome.
No problems at all. We work with the U.S. Muay Thai Association. They are, in my personal opinion, one of the better sanctioning bodies in New York for amateurs right now, and they are very accommodating. They do good work.
Awesome. You got Gerhard on the card. He's 1-11. What made you put him on the card? He's fighting a 1-4 guy from Bone MMA. Them Bone guys are pretty tough.
Yeah, that's exactly why I brought Gerhard on the card. His opponent Jim Pearl is he's had some very tough fights, but he's got that record, the 1-4. Gerhard's got his one win. I figured let's give him one more shot, and let's see what happens. Jim's now with Bone MMA. So I think it's going to be an exciting fight. Last show, Gerhard came to fight. He was engaging Mark Murray pretty much the whole time, and just got caught. When he dove in for that leg lock. So I think that's kind of what earned him, I guess, the second fight.
People say a lot of stuff about Gerhard, but every fight he comes there to fight, and he's always looking to end it with a big right hand. I got nothing bad to say about him. He's always trying to finish a fight. That's what promoters want to see, and he always shows up. That's another good thing.
He definitely does. He's always there.
You got a newcomer coming in from Western New York MMA, and he's going to be a beast, Jeremy Stopa. What do you know about him?
I know he's a wrestler and he's a monster, man. From what I'm hearing, he's a beast, exactly. So I'm looking forward to watching him fight, to be honest with you.
I train with that guy a lot, and he's got a devastating takedown. He's got not too much stand-up experience, although he did train in Thailand. So you got a guy that's 0-0 that trains in Thailand, trains with pro fighters. He's going to be putting on his show. I hope I don't know anything really about David Snyder. He's 0-0 from Fraser Martial Arts. But I hope he's coming ready to fight.
Exactly. Well, I hope he does come ready to fight. I know he's nothing for the radio, but yeah, he'll be ready to fight, I think. And but Jeremy is is I think going to be a tough way for anybody to start their MMA career.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Jeremy Stopa finally get in the cage. Hopefully he's not a practice room warrior, but I don't see that happening. I think he's ready to go. Next up, you got Nolan Bryant from Diamond MMA coming from Canada against Mike Taylor. I don't know where underestimated MMA is. Can you talk about that fight for a couple seconds?
Yeah, Nolan's coming up from the Mohawk Reservation in northern Canada. You know, I met Nolan up at Turning Stone at the last show that they had there. He's a tough kid. You know, he's a tough kid. He's primarily a striker. Mike Taylor is coming. I underestimated his down in Ticonderoga. So Mike's been around. Mike's got a lot. He's got 20 fights or so. So I think that, you know, his experience and Nolan's stand-up, I think it's going to be an exciting fight.
Yeah, that's a very exciting fight. You got the Nolan Bryant is coming from Diamond MMA, and that's the home of the Bikini Girl, my most famous podcast. And that Ashley Letourneau, that girl can fight, and she's pretty to look at too. Next up, you got you gotta get her on the card somehow. Maybe she could be the ring girl or something. Ashley, you're gonna be.
She just fought a pro fight, so
yeah,
until we have a pro show, we can't get her on.
Yeah, she's signed with TKO. She's been fighting with TKO. But she could definitely be a ring girl, and she's got the bikini for it. It costs like $800. Make sure you have her try that on for it. It's crazy. $800. Next up, you got Scott Skinner against Steven Klecker. Or Clicker, I'm sorry.
Not Klecker, yeah. This one, you know, Klecker, it's kind of the same. Sorry about that.
Oh, no problem.
Is you know, kind of a guy who was a kind of a rogue fighter. Never really had a gym. Now he's at Victory MMA out in Rochester. You know, he's fighting Skinner, who obviously is a kickboxer from West New York MMA. I think it's a classic striker grappler match. Could go either way. I'm kind of excited to see that one as well.
Oh, that's awesome. Skinner is definitely always looking for the knockout. He's definitely coming to punch your teeth out.
Always looking for the knockout. He's definitely coming to punch your
Next up, you got Ben Horton from Clinton St. Kickboxing versus Justin Neal from Westside Boxing. I don't know too much about Ben Horton, but I know Justin Neal. He's a joker, and this kid is tough. He's a little bit crazy. I've had a lot of great interviews with him when he was fighting for TNT. Some of my most fun interviews I've ever had. And he's quite the character, and he's always game to fight. What can you tell us about Ben Horton?
Ben is a pitbull. If you see him at weigh-ins, he's I don't know how tall he is. He's probably about 5'7". This kid is a monster at 170. I think because you know, from what I heard from a couple of his teammates, he's benching upwards of 450 pounds and 170 pounds. So he's a big, strong guy and a lot shorter than Jesse. So this is a really interesting match, actually.
Yeah.
But I think they're both kind of wild fighters, so I think it's going to be a crowd favorite.
I know Justin Neal's been putting some time over at Booma and working on his ground a little bit too. And he's always over at Westside Boxing beating up those bags. He puts it on all the time on his social media. So it's a fight I'm really looking forward to. That should be a lot of banging in that one.
I believe so. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
That's going to be the fan favorite. One fight before the intermission, and then we got a newcomer, Eric Bonner, 0-0 from West New York MMA. This is a kid that detached the bicep from my arm. So you're definitely going to hear about a lot about this kid, and when I'm commentating the show, I'm gonna stick it to him for busting up my arm. And he's fighting Sean Henderson from Team Chaos. What can you tell me about that fight?
That's honestly that's a last minute fight. Eric's opponent got in a car accident and actually broke a couple of his teeth, so he had to have those taken out and surgically replaced. So unfortunately, he had to back out. So yeah, his opponent is coming from Detroit. Team Chaos got a few guys from their team coming out, and honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know much about either one of them, but I think they're both ready to go.
I know
125-pounders always put on a good show.
I know if you hit Bonner with a body shot really hard, it separates your biceps. So look out for that, kid. He can break your body. Next, you got Matt Speciale from Bazooka MMA and Kickboxing versus Sean Calillo. Is that how you say his name?
Kialo.
16-2 from Team Grave Diggers. This kind of looks like a mismatch on paper, but Matt Special at 1-0 is a phenomenal fighter. He tore apart one of my teammates, Pistol Pete Mazio. Pistol Pete's got a lot of fights. He was about to turn pro. He was on a streak. And Matt Special made him look like he never fought before. This kid is something special. What can you tell me about Sean?
Man, Sean has been around. Sean has fought a lot. He's from Detroit as well, a different team. He's got a lot of fights in. He told me, he's like, he has no ambition to go pro. He likes to train and he likes to coach his guys. So that's why he, has got such a big amateur record. It took a little while to get the commission to approve that fight, because they look at it like, hey, here's a mismatch. Then I send them over Matt's kickboxing credentials, and within minutes they're like, it's a good fight, good to go.
Yeah, Matt.
So I think that's going to be that thing. Yeah, I'm excited for both of them. I think it's something, man. That's going to be a good one.
This is a huge fight. I mean, this is a pro level fight, and this is exciting. And it's not even close to the main event yet. We still got 4 more fights after that fight. That's the one I would buy a ticket for. I'm going to make sure don't blink during that one. That one could end quick, or it could be an exciting 3-round battle.
I think, yeah. I mean, you're exactly right. I think it could, one way or the other, somebody could get knocked out. Obviously, we've seen Matt's hands. He battered Pete's face pretty bad, in that short amount of time they were fighting.
And he understands.
So I think, yeah.
He understands the distance so well. You couldn't get a hand on him to grab him. Pete's a really good jiu-jitsu player and a very good takedown artist. He didn't even come close to taking him down. Not close at all.
Not even close.
Next up is Nkoya Sethe. He's 2-3. He's coming from Canada as well, from AST. He was originally the main event against David Whitman, but Whitman was forced to withdraw from the fight. And he's fighting. And he's fighting Dijon Robinson, 3-3 from Team Chaos. I don't know anything about Robinson. Can you tell me about him?
I've seen a few videos of him. He has some pretty devastating takedown slams. Besides that, I don't think he's not a striker. He's not a grappler. He's a fighter. So I think that's that. Nkoya, kind of the same way. He's 2-3 now. But a lot of people don't know he's 2-0 since he joined AST.
Yeah, AST is a prominent school up in Canada. It's one of the best.
AST is a prominent school.
The Canadian fighters are killers. You gotta look out for them.
They are. Yeah, they are.
Fighters are killers.
They kind of scare me. I'm glad I never fought any Canadians.
They kind of scare me.
And that's also for your bantamweight title. But due to New York rules means it's gonna only be 3 rounds, correct?
New York rules means
yes, unfortunately at the moment,
correct?
And we're working on that. Amateurs can only fight 3 rounds, whether it's a title fight or not.
So that's only 3 rounds, and it's going to be exciting 3 rounds if Robinson can fight and keep up with Nkoya. Nkoya, hang on one second, please. Sorry, my lights went out. It was crazy. Nkoya is he's something to watch. If he shows up, he can be a killer. And there's fights where he didn't show up, but since he's been at AST, he's been there for every fight. Next up, you got 2 0-0 guys fighting for the middleweight title. Matt Norstrad versus Pete Flanagan. Matt is from Synthesis BJJ, and Pete's from Bone MMA. What can you tell me about these 2 guys?
Well, those 2 guys, I know personally, both of them. I know they're both studs. They're both local guys. Both of them actually had opponents. Pete's opponent called me and said, hey, I weigh, 210 pounds. But actually, he's just looking for a way out, which would have been the second show in a row for Pete, unfortunately. Matt's opponent hurt his knee and said, I'm still good to go, but I need to be at a heavier weight, and that was already light. So I paired these guys up, and I told them, one of those 2 as my middleweight champion would be great. So let's make it a title fight, and they both agreed, and here we are. I think this is another one. Don't sleep on this. 0-0 doesn't mean anything. These guys are monsters.
Both these guys sold a shit ton of tickets too, right?
Yeah, these guys between them over 225 tickets or so.
God damn, 225 tickets. If you want to be fighting for the title, sell some tickets and show up to fight every time. Next,
and be a fighter. You got to have a little bit of skill. You can't just have the title just for selling a lot of tickets.
Hell no, not in your show. You got some great fighters. Next
Hell
up
no.
is one of my
Not-
favorite
not an
fighters
issue.
right
We
now,
got some great
Mativ
fighters. Next up is
Skvortsov.
one of my favorite
He's
fighters
3-1
right
from
now,
Muay Thai
Mativ
Niagara. This guy's a killer. He's
Skvortsov.
good on the feet.
3-1 from
He's
Muay
good
Thai
on the
Niagara.
ground.
This
He's got
guy's a
great
killer.
submissions. He's
good
got
on
a
the feet.
guillotine you better
He's good on the
fucking
ground.
look
He's
out
got
for.
great submissions.
And
He's
he's
got a
fighting
guillotine
Corey
you
Loff.
better fucking look out
He's
for.
4-5 from
And he's
Albion.
fighting Corey Loff.
This is
He's
going to be a
4-5
featherweight
from
title fight for
Albion.
145 pounders.
This is
Corey
gonna be a
Loth
featherweight
has
title
been
fight for
around for a long
145
time.
pounders.
He's a
Corey
veteran.
Loth has been around for a long time.
I'm kind of excited to
He's a
see this fight. I'm
veteran.
not really. I think Mativ has got
I'm kinda excited to see
has
this
got to
fight.
be
I'm
the
not
favorite
really-
in this
I
one.
think
What do you
Mativ
think?
has got a- has gotta be the
I
favorite
think
in
so.
this one.
And actually,
What do
he's
you
actually
think?
4-1 now. He won his last fight last month.
Oh, definitely.
So, yeah, so he's 4-1.
Oh, definitely.
Corey's a vet, man. He's been around. You know, he's been around for a while. Took a little time off to kind of establish his career outside of fighting. So he's back. He's training hard. Actually talked to Corey a little while ago, and I think that while Matt is the favorite, most likely, I think Corey's definitely going to bring it.
Yeah, that's going to be a great fight. Every fight that I've ever seen Mativ fight was
Yeah, that's gonna be a great
incredible.
fight.
He's
Every
not
fight
put
that I've
on a
ever
poor
seen Mativ
performance
fight
yet,
was
so I guarantee you,
incredible. He's not
no
put
matter
on a poor
what happens in
performance
this
yet,
fight,
so
it's
I
going to be
guarantee you,
exciting.
no
And your
matter
main
what
event
happens in
is
this fight, it's gonna be exciting.
definitely a
And your
pro-worthy
main event is,
fight. You got
definitely
Emmy
a
Weber versus
pro-worthy,
Jillian DeCourcy.
fight.
Both
You
these
got
girls
Emmy
are
Weber versus
incredible.
Jillian
Emmy's
DeCourcy.
got to be one of the
Both these
top-ranked
girls are incredible.
female
Emmy's
105
gotta be
pounders
one
in
of the
and
top-ranked,
all of New York.
female
And
105
Jillian
pounders
DeCourcy's
in
also
all
top-ranked,
of,
correct?
New York. And
Jillian's the
DeCourcy's
number one
also
girl in the
top-ranked,
Northeast.
correct?
At 7-1. I think Emmy is number 3. So this is a fight that a lot of people have tried to put together. It just happened to fall into my lap. You know, it's kind of I was blessed enough to be able to put this fight on my card.
I've been training with Emmy Weber, and she's a 105 pounder.
I've been
I'd probably
training
walk
with Emmy
around
Weber,
like
and she's a
158 to
105 pounder.
162.
I'd probably walk
And
around
Emmy
like
is tough to
158
take down,
to
God damn it. The
162.
first time I wrestled
And
her,
Emmy is
she
tough
put me
to
on my
take
ass.
down,
I
God damn
didn't
it. The first time I
expect
wrestled
this
her,
little girl
she
to
put
be
me on
such
my
a
ass. I
brute,
didn't,
and she can
expect this little
fucking
girl
wrestle.
to be such
And I think
brute,
she-
Well,
and
she grew up
can
with some
fucking
tough brothers beating her
And
up on the
I
mat.
think she-
So, you know, that's kind of where that came from, I think.
And Emmy definitely put in some time with one of our mutual friends, the
And Emmy
Coyote, back in the
definitely put
day.
some time with one of our
Yes, she
mutual
did.
friends, the
Yeah.
Coyote,
Did Coyote
back in
ever
the
tell you
day.
that story where Emmy Weber beat him up and embarrassed him in the
Did
wrestling
Coyote ever
room?
tell you that story where Emmy Weber beat him
No,
up
he
and
never
embarrassed
has.
him
I'm
in
gonna
the
have
wrestling
to
room?
make him tell me that story, I think.
Yeah, you're definitely gonna have to have him tell you that story. And this is
Yeah, you're
gonna
definitely
be
gonna have to have him tell
probably
you
the
that
best
story. And
105-pound title
this is
fight
gonna
that
be probably the
New
best
York has ever
105
seen. I'm
pound
gonna be
title fight
super
that,
excited to see this one.
New
And-
York has
No,
ever
it definitely
seen.
is, and
I'm gonna be super excited
Sorry, I don't
see
mean
this
to cut you
one.
off there, Jeff.
And-
No, you can cut me
I
off
think it is.
anytime.
And I think that
No,
most
you can cut me
likely
off anytime.
both of these girls are going pro right after this fight. So yeah, at least there's a good shot that both of them are going to be going pro, win or lose. So I think they're ready. They want to put a stamp on their amateur careers and kind of move forward with it.
Definitely. I think the Matt Special against Sean fight, that could be a main event. Mativ could be a main event. Emmy Weber and DeCourcy should definitely be a main event. So it's almost good that Mr. Whitman got hurt, just so we could kind of sort out where everyone needs to be.
Well, yeah, I mean that's never good when anybody gets hurt. You know, he was devastated that he had to back out. But actually, I'll be honest with you, he had to have he's got some bad feet, so he'd have him pulled. And I'm the one that called the fight. I said, listen, man, you're not push it off, and then have to cancel it the week of the fight. So I said, this is it. We'll call it. You'll have to have it at a different time. So that's kind of how that transpired. So, just so the record is clear, he did not back out of the fight. I pulled him.
Okay, so
because I didn't want to lose the fight last minute.
You can say
Okay,
here,
so-
and I'm going to say it on the live just in case I don't get this out,
You can
and
say here,
so
I'm
everyone
gonna say
watching
it
right
on
now
the
can
live just
see.
in case I don't get this out, and
What
so
he
everyone watching
just
right now
said
can
was
see.
that David
what he
Whitman didn't pull
just
out on
said
his own.
was
He
that,
canceled the fight because
David
Whitman was kind of wishy-washy on whether he can make it or not, but he wanted to try. And Rich said, "No way, I'm not going to lose a fight." So he pulled him off the card. David never pulled out, and Dejan Robinson got a shot on the card. Thank you guys all for watching this. We're gonna cut out of the live right now, and I'm gonna hang up with Mr. Mitchell here. When's your next show, Rich?
Mr.
Next
Mitchell
show
here.
after
When's your next show,
24th,
Rich?
we have a new venue. We're gonna still be in Batavia. I tried getting into Buffalo, but everything's booked, man. Everything's booked out there. There's a lot of events going on. Not necessarily MMA, but just a lot of different events. So June 24th, I'll announce the the venue and everything pretty soon, and it's we're gonna have about 1,000 seats to 1,200 seats.
Awesome. You definitely need more seats. This is going to be totally
Awesome. You
sold
definitely
out,
need
correct?
more seats. Is it, this
Oh,
is
yeah,
gonna be
we I
totally,
think
sold out,
less
correct?
than 20 tickets left total. So yeah, totally sold out event. So yeah, no, it's exciting.
All right. Rich said there's 20 tickets left.
All
Make
right.
sure you pick them up. If a
Rich said
fighter's
there's
got a
20
ticket,
tickets
it's
left.
probably going to cost you
Make sure you pick
250
'em
bucks
up.
getting this
If a
event.
fighter's got a ticket, it's probably gonna cost
So
you 250
if you're selling
bucks to get
tickets,
this
fighters,
event.
make sure you cut Rich a little bit at 250 bucks.
If you're
You know,
selling tickets, fighters,
do the
make sure
guy
you
a solid.
cut Rich a little bit at 250 bucks. You know? Do the guy a solid.
You should scalp these out front, man. I'm telling you, or scalp the bracelets.
You should scalp these out.
600
Rich, yeah,
600
nice.
bucks.
That'd be
Scalp
great.
the bracelets.
I'm telling you, that's
600
money making. That's how you got to do it.
I'll put them on you. I'll
That's
put them on
money-making. That's how you
Craigslist
gotta
right
do
under
it.
the UFC tickets.
Yeah. This might be better than UFC.
Oh yeah,
This might
All
be
right.
better than
Thanks a lot,
UFC.
Rich. Have a great day.
Jeff. Thank you.
Yep,
All
no
right.
problem,
Thanks
man.
a lot, Rich.
Bye.
Have a great day. Yep, no
There you got
problem.
it.
Bye.
Rich Mitchell leaving the building.
There you got it.
He took some
Rich
time
Mitchell
out. My
leaving the
co-host
building.
Ray couldn't make it in.
He took some time
That
out.
bastard
My
left me
co-host
hanging.
Ray
Had
couldn't
to
make
do
it
this
in.
alone. I'm
That
trying to use my
bastard
own
left
phone,
me
talk
hanging.
on my
Had to
phone,
do
and
this
go
alone.
live all at the same
I'm trying to
time.
use my own phone, talk on my
20
phone,
something
and go
minutes. I'm
live
gonna
all
try
at
and
the
get this
same
up on
time.
YouTube.
20-something
Probably
minutes, I'm gonna
tonight.
try and get
All
this
right.
up on
I'll see if I can put the live feed
YouTube.
on.
Probably tonight.
See if I can
All
do
right,
some
I'll see if I can
technical
put the live
wizardry.
feed on.
All right,
See if I
y'all.
can do some
See you later. Thanks for
technical
watching.
wizardry.
Enjoy the show.
All right,
Make
y'all.
sure you
See
check
you
out
later.
Ground
Thanks
Force
for watching.
Fights.
Enjoy
This
the
Saturday,
show.
I'll
Make
be
sure
there
you check out Ground
commentating.
Force
I'll be
Fights.
doing the post-fight
This Saturday, I'll
interviews.
be there commentating.
And I'll be
doing the
collecting
post-fight
$600 at the
interviews.
door for the tickets.
All
All right.
And I'll be collecting
Talk to y'all
$600
soon.
at the door
Later.
for the tickets.
Out.
All right. Talk to y'all soon. Later.
See if I can
Out.
play this goddamn music. He's got
See if
so
I
many
can
windows
play
open. I
this
can't do
goddamn
it.
Music.
Can't happen.
He's got so many windows open. I can't do it. Can't happen.
Mexican music for Ray.
Mexican music for Ray.
And we're out. That's Caveman's Corner.
And we're out. That's Caveman's Corner.
So you guys know for the Easter eggs, I usually just pause the music here.
So you
And I
guys know
turn
for the
around
Easter eggs,
and I look
usually just
in
pause
Ray's
the
empty
music
chair
here,
there.
and I turn around,
And then
and I
Ray
look
usually
in
just
Ray's
starts
empty chair
talking. He's
there,
starting to figure out that he
and
needs to
then Ray
watch
usually just starts
the
talking.
lines
He's starting
on
to figure out that he needs
the
to watch
screen when I'm
the
recording.
lines on the screen
See how the lines
when
here
I'm
bounce up and
recording?
down as I talk? So now what
See
I
how the
do
lines here bounce up and
is I
down
go to
as
here,
talk? So now what I do,
and I just show him the
is I go
still
to
stop
here,
lines. So now he
and I just show him the
believes
still
that the
stop
podcast
lines.
is over,
So
and it's
now
really
he
not. That's the
believes the
secret to
podcast
our
is over, and it's
Easter
really
eggs
not.
every show.
That's the
And Ray
secret
will
to
never
our
listen to this,
Easter
so
eggs
he'll
every
never
show.
know.
And
Ray
will
doesn't
never
listen to our
this,
podcast.
so
It's
he'll
not the
never know.
best
Ray
co-host
doesn't
ever.
listen to our podcast. It's not the best
And now we're really out.
co-host ever. And now we're really out.